Coming off my review of the skateboard gaming classic Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, I've decided to continue with the genre and how the franchise attempted to put the Game Boy Advance on the map. After the highly successful Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 managed to show handheld owners what the Advance was capable of, the third installment of the series had a tough act to follow in the form of isometric levels and smaller perspectives of them. So, Vicarious Visions and Activision got together again and had to make an important decision, and what they decided on was exactly what the fans wanted, to change nothing, or at the most very little. The attitude of skateboarding culture returns in the lip-grinding, kick-flipping good time known as Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. On my review of the first Pro Skater, I made it a point to mention how the trick system is simple and fun to use, sort of like special moves in fighting games, with the directional buttons coming first, followed by the button command to rail grind, grab, or flip. This is continued through the second Pro Skater and carries over into the third with the Advance's button system. However, instead of the A and B buttons being your flip and grab, you'll have to use the shoulder buttons, and the A button activates your rail grinds and lip tricks. A few creative twists from the original iteration of Pro Skater now include manuals and the tricks you can perform during a manual, and also variations on grabs and flips able to be activated by tapping the trick buttons twice. With all these new methods of trickery, expect to build much higher scores than before. Also expect to have more responsibility in terms of high score missions, of which the newest one, 6 score, is the toughest to complete, although that's not saying much when you can now string together trick combinations with manuals. The evolution of the Pro Skater series, however, is best described by the new tricks you can perform and the variety of levels that put player 1 on the spot in terms of places to skate. Much like the indoor skate park environments like Warehouse in the first Pro Skater or Hangar in the second, the third starts you off in the Foundry, which now comes with deadly obstacles like the Magma Wall, which you must wall ride for a tape. Other new levels include Rio, Suburbia, LA, and Tokyo, and the developers did well to work within the limits of the GBA to make colorful and exciting level design. Unfortunately for console Pro Skater fans who are used to a behind-the-back third-person view of your skater like myself, the isometric design of the GBA Pro Skaters can be disorienting, making it difficult to determine your skater's position relative to the next rail you want to grind or the next letter you need to pick up to spell skate. Also frustrating is the lack of a command to straighten out if you hit that quarter pipe too hard and are heading towards a trip to the hospital. Unlike console versions where you can hold a shoulder button to land on your wheels in mid-air, you can only helplessly watch as your skater crashes into the earth. Ain't gravity a cold bitch? Still, with enough practice, THPS 3 for the GBA can become manageable. So strap on that grip tape and head for the skate park in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, a fine addition to the big, happy Pro Skater family.